Page Layout view shows us that this worksheet is wider than a page by just one column, resulting in 6 total pages. The page count's down here, but you want to print the entire worksheet on 3 pages. There are several ways to do this without shrinking the worksheet, possibly making it hard to read. Which way works best for a worksheet depends on its dimensions and how you want it to look when it prints. One way is to adjust the worksheet's margins. Click the Page Layout tab, click Margins, click Narrow. The page to the right is grayed out, meaning it doesn't contain data and it therefore won't print. The entire worksheet will now print in full size on 3 pages. Another way to print the entire worksheet on 3 pages is to change the worksheet's page orientation. On the Page Layout tab, click Orientation, click Landscape, and the entire worksheet will now print in full size on 3 pages. To use a combination of page orientation and paper size to make the worksheet fit on 3 pages, on the Page Layout tab, I click Orientation and click Landscape. It's still 6 pages, so I click Size and click Legal, and the entire worksheet will now print in full size on 3 pages. You can also choose to shrink the worksheet to make it fit on 3 pages, but be careful that doing so doesn't make the worksheet hard to read. You can use the Page Break Preview view to configure how the worksheet will print. Click the View tab, click the Page Break Preview view. A dotted line indicates an automatic page break. I put the mouse over it, click and hold the left mouse button, drag the dotted line to the right, and the worksheet's now on 3 pages. Since we shrunk the worksheet, it's a good idea to print Preview and zoom to the actual size of the page to make sure you can still read it. Click File, Print, click Zoom to Page in the lower right corner of Excel, and you can look at the preview and see if you can still read it. I want to have certain information on the same page, and I can do this by manually setting page breaks. In the Page Break Preview view, I click the row I want to set a page break above. You can also click a column. On the Page Layout tab, I click Breaks and click Insert Page Break. The manual page break is marked by a solid line. I select another row and do the same thing, and the worksheet will still print on 3 pages, but have page breaks where I want them. You can change the scale of a worksheet to make it print bigger or smaller. Up here on the Page Layout tab, you can see that the worksheet scale is 100%. And down here, that it'll print on 6 pages. To make it print on 3 pages, we need to decrease the scale. Click the arrow next to Width, and click 1 page. This shrinks the worksheet to 1 sheet wide, which happens to shrink it to 3 pages in length. Just what we want. Again, since we shrunk the worksheet, it's a good idea to print Preview to make sure you can still read it. You can also set the scale to a specific number. Click the Scale Down arrow until the worksheet's the size you want. You can also click in Scale and type a number.